Hello, my name is Charlie, and I'm a Senior Business Development Manager here with Amazon Global Selling. Today, we are going to talk about two of our most established international stores, Amazon Europe and Amazon Japan. We're going to talk about how selling globally on Amazon can open up your products to millions of additional customers around the world. I think most sellers know Amazon has marketplaces outside of North America, but some maybe aren't sure what the opportunity looks like or how to get started. Today, we're going to try to answer some of these questions. We'll cover what makes these marketplaces unique and how a lot of programs and tools that are available here on Amazon.com exist in Europe and Japan, which should make your transition selling internationally a whole lot easier. My goal is to provide some foundational knowledge of these markets and hopefully spark your interest to want to learn more about global selling on Amazon. After, we will have a question and answer period. You should see a Q&A tool on your screen. So go ahead and start entering your questions and we can talk about them after. So before we dive into the specifics of global selling, I figured we would start with the why. Why should you start selling on Amazon Europe and Amazon Japan? Well, we were able to double our sales selling internationally. It's pretty straightforward, but I love this quote from Elena. I think it speaks to the incredible opportunity that selling globally can provide. We all know that Amazon.com has a tremendous customer base, but I think it's easy to overlook just how established Amazon Japan and Amazon Europe sites are. They give you access to tens of millions of additional customers that wouldn't normally have access to your products just by selling in a single country with Amazon. This quote comes from Elena, who is the CEO and founder of Bling Jewelry. Bling sells sterling silver jewelry pieces with about 10,000 items. Elena started Bling Jewelry from her one-bedroom New York apartment more than 10 years ago and has grown her business to 40 employees. Bling launched on Amazon in 2008. In 2010, they expanded to the UK, and in 2014, they launched Amazon Europe. What I love about Bling's journey internationally is that they did their homework. They utilized all the information and tools that Amazon provides for things like international shipping, listing translations, and how to handle customer service and returns. They leveraged Amazon's service provider network, which can connect you with companies that can walk you through things like how international taxes work. They can review your catalog to make sure your products are compliant for each country. They can even help you with marketing optimizations, like running sponsored ads in multiple languages or building your A+ detail pages. Elena researched the top-selling items already on the market and started with her best-selling products here in the US. After that, she strategically grew her selection internationally. For Bling, many of these things were already familiar to them. They had been operating a successful business here on Amazon.com and were able to take those learnings and apply them to her international expansion. So today, during our session, we're going to cover the individual opportunities for Europe and Japan, their customer bases, how they operate similarly to the US, what is different, and what resources are currently available to help get you started. Let's talk about the European e-commerce market in general. The e-commerce market is expected to grow to $370 billion in 2020. And this is just for the 5 EU countries where Amazon has marketplaces. Those 5 countries are the United Kingdom, Germany, France, Italy, and Spain. Across those 5, Amazon is the #1 most popular e-commerce site in each country. As I'm sure you are all familiar, things move pretty quickly here at Amazon. So this slide actually is a little bit outdated since we launched our 6th Amazon store in Europe a little bit earlier this year when we opened Amazon.nl in the Netherlands. So it is no longer the EU5 markets, it's now EU6. And lastly, what's unique about Europe is the Amazon's vast delivery network and customer reach extend beyond the borders of those 6 specific countries. Our Europe sites sell products to customers in 28 different EU countries. So customers from all over Europe can visit these sites, purchase products, and get the same great shopping experience and delivery speeds regardless of where they're located. This is one of the single best benefits of selling in Europe. From a single unified Seller Central account, you can open up your products to a large and diverse customer base all at once. So what is the breakdown of customer base by store? So Germany is the single largest of the EU markets. On average, it sees 85 million unique monthly customers, followed a close second by the UK at 83 million visitors, and then France with 47, Spain with 40, and Italy with 35. So if basic math and my notes serves me well, then Europe sees on average 290 million shoppers a month. If you compare that to the US, which is around 455 million, this makes Europe one of the best, if not the best, opportunities for your products to reach a massive customer base anywhere in the world on Amazon. Go big in Europe. With 6 different countries to pick from, where do you start? Well, Europe has a ton of different options, especially for our Fulfillment by Amazon program. So Amazon Europe has been around for so long, and we have so many well-established programs, and our FBA fulfillment network is so extensive that there are a ton of different options that you can choose from. You can start with a single EU market to test the waters. You can start with 2 largest customer bases with the UK and Germany, or you can take advantage of the full EU opportunity by listing and selling on all 6 stores from day one. FBA works very similar to how it does here in the US. Items that are in FBA are Prime eligible with the fast delivery speeds that customers expect, but there are several different types of FBA programs for you to choose from. You'll see a bunch of acronyms like EFN, MCI, and Pan-EU, all of which allow you to choose which FBA option is right for you. EFN is our European Fulfillment Network. This program gives you the convenience to ship FBA inventory to a single EU country of your choosing, while giving you the ability to list that inventory on all 6 EU stores simultaneously. All of these offers will be Prime eligible by being in our FBA fulfillment centers. So for example, if you decide to ship your first shipment to the UK, but want to list your products on the other 5 EU stores, they'll all be Prime eligible. And if a customer, for example, shopping on Amazon.fr in France purchases your product, then Amazon will pick, pack, and ship that product from our UK fulfillment center and send it directly to the French customer. There is slightly a higher cross-border fulfillment fee for EFN orders that are being shipped cross-border within Europe, so just be sure to check the rates and adjust your prices accordingly. The next is MCI, which stands for multi-country inventory. You can turn on the MCI setting in your Fulfillment by Amazon settings in Seller Central. This will allow you to inbound shipments into FBA centers in multiple countries. This can be a big advantage to increasing your offer's competitiveness and really make your offer stand out to the customer. So for example, if you have inventory being stored in the UK FBA centers and you're using EFN to list on the other 5 EU markets, you might see your sales pick up in Germany, for example. You can then turn on multi-country inventory and start shipping those highly demanded ASINs directly into German FBA in order to get them closer to German customers and have quicker delivery times. Finally, Pan-EU, which is probably the most obvious of all of the acronyms as it stands for the Pan-European program. Pan-EU is the most comprehensive FBA program we have in Europe. So Pan-EU, when you're ready, combines the benefits of reduced shipping times of the MCI program with the ease of our EFN program where you only need to ship to 1 country. With EFN, the inventory will stay stored in the country you originally shipped to. But with the Pan-European program, Amazon will break down that shipment once it arrives at the fulfillment center and automatically allocate portions of that shipment across our fulfillment network in Europe to various countries to get them as close to customers as possible. In addition, you will receive the domestic fulfillment fees on all orders when you're a part of the Pan-European program. You'll have lightning fast delivery times to customers because they'll be scattered across our European fulfillment network. So Amazon does legwork and you realize the cost savings. Shifting gears a little bit to Japan. This is Bernie from Pluggable Technology. For us, the Japanese market was critical. 3rd largest market in the world. We have a global brand that we are building, so we wanted to be there as early as we could. Bernie is the CEO and founder of Pluggable Technology. What Bernie liked about launching his business on Amazon Japan was the diversification it gave his products. He knew very early he wanted to build a global brand, so Amazon Japan was able to immediately open up his products to a whole new customer base to test the specific demand for his products. So what does the Japan opportunity look like? Well, it's the world's 3rd largest economy with a population of 128 million people. It has a high internet penetration rate of 91% and a 72% online shopper penetration. In 2019, $115 billion worth of products were purchased online from Japanese customers, which was the 4th highest in the world. It sees almost 89 million monthly unique visitors, making it similar in size to Germany and the UK markets. And it's growing. Traffic was up 14% in 2019 over 2018. And you don't have to speak Japanese to sell on Amazon Japan. Amazon has multiple programs and services that make it easy to run your business without speaking the native language. Amazon Japan. Plan ahead for peak shopping periods. Outside of being one of the largest markets in the world, Japan has tons of opportunities to increase the discoverability of your products right when you launch. If you're launching a new brand or selling products that have never been offered before in Japan, there are a number of different ways to get exposure and build discoverability quickly. I think a common mistake sellers can make when entering a new market like Japan is forgetting about all of the great brand building they did when they launched their first products here in the US. Your products probably didn't start at the top of the category's product ranking. You likely had to run some sponsored products campaigns, offer coupons, or participate in deals, all of which drove customers to your listings. You likely remember having to become an expert in sponsored ads, so your listings impressions turned into clicks, which then started to drive sales. All of this early investment was pivotal to get your products to where they are today. The same exact strategy applies to launching in Japan because the same tools exist. Outside of these programs, what makes Japan a bit more unique is that their events calendar is jam-packed all year round. We know about Prime Day and Cyber Monday, but during just about every month of the year, Japan has an event on Amazon. This is a great opportunity to take advantage and drive additional traffic to your products, especially right after you launch. This slide is an example of just a few because they would never all fit on just one slide. There are many different ways to build ASIN velocity, like offering coupons, running a lightning or 7-day deal, even offering Amazon Points, which is unique to Japan. Amazon Points is where customers accumulate points from purchasing products on Amazon that can be used for future purchases. These are just some of the programs available to you as you enter Japan to ensure that your products get off to a fast start. And finally today, we're going to talk about getting started. Because Amazon provides so many common services for language, culture, tax, and regulation, we were able to go from investigating the Japanese market to being launched in the Japanese market within a few months. So deciding where and what to sell. So what do we do first? Do your research. Jump on the different Amazon sites and see what the top sellers are for your category. Determine what you want to sell and where you want to sell it. Take advantage of all of the information and tools that Amazon provides to understand what is required for each country before you start selling. For instance, what are my tax liabilities? Are my products compliant to be sold in Europe or Japan? Do I need to make any changes to those products before importing them to FBA? You should know the answers to all of these questions beforehand. While they may seem difficult to answer right now, try visiting Amazon's service provider network. There, you can choose the country and topic where you need support, and it will give you a list of experienced solution providers who are experts in each of these different areas. Tax, trade compliance, international shipping, translations, listing support, marketing. There are a ton of solutions for Amazon sellers out there. Sometimes you kind of just have to know where to start. Register and list. Once you understand the requirements for a particular marketplace, the next step is registering the Seller Central account. This can be done straight from your US account by going to the Inventory drop-down tab and selecting Sell Globally. There, you can register for either an EU or Japan account. You can also go to amazon.com/sellglobally or scan this QR code. If you've previously registered for either account, you can go to the Sell Globally page and actually link that account with your existing US account. Having linked accounts gives you the ability to easily navigate back and forth between different countries and see important information like sales, buyer messages, all from the same screen. Linked accounts also gives you access to the Build International Listings tool, which allows you to sync your US listings to your international accounts in just a few clicks. Register and list. But what if I don't speak German, Japanese, French, Italian, Spanish, or Dutch? Well, neither do I, and that's okay. Remember that tool we just talked about on the last slide? You know, the one where you get access to when you link your accounts? The Build International Listings tool? I have a hunch you might be able to guess what that also helps with. You can use that tool to sync your active offers in your US account with your international accounts. Once you enable it, after a couple of hours, it will create an offer that will show up in your Manage Inventory page for the country you choose if that ASIN exists on the international site. In addition, there are a bunch of free online translation services and plenty of experienced language resources on our service provider network to help you optimize your content. Shipping and fulfilling. Well, we have 4 tips for shipping to Europe and Japan. Choose the right shipping partner. You can use whatever shipping company that you want, that you feel has the best customer service and pricing, so do your research. Go and vet our solution providers on our service provider network. Contact multiple freight forwarders and couriers. Get pricings, ask them about import and export, what they can handle if they have any ancillary services like FBA returns that they can also help you with. A lot of these shipping companies do multiple services, and a lot of them are very experienced, especially the ones on the service provider network. Understand your shipping considerations and options, including FBA versus FBM. Is there a difference between FBA export and selling globally? Yes. FBA export is a US program that allows international customers on .com to purchase your products, where selling globally is listing locally on those individual European and Japanese marketplaces. Understand the requirements, including import and export regulations. This is very applicable to FBA versus FBM. There are massively different considerations for either program. And finally, shop the best rates. Again, there are many great resources out there. There are many companies that specialize in helping sellers expand their business internationally. I can't stress enough, the service provider network is a great place to start to at least get some of your initial questions answered and connected to some great companies. Common mistakes to avoid. Not getting your EOR or VAT registration started right away. Talk to your tax provider, or leverage VAT services on Amazon, who can connect you with an experienced tax provider that can submit your VAT application. The turnaround time depends on the country and can vary anywhere from a couple of weeks to a couple of months. So it's best to get your application submitted right away, and then you can start working on registering and setting up the account. Number 2, don't list Amazon as your importer of record. This is correct. If you're unfamiliar, Amazon will not act as the importer of record for any shipments. If you use a shipping provider on the solution provider network, many of them are very experienced and they should understand what this means. But just ask these questions direct to your service provider. Understand who is going to be the importer of record for the shipment. Is it going to be you? If it's not going to be you, can they set you up with somebody who can be? But you need to understand who the importer of record for that shipment is going to be to avoid any delays at customs. Don't use delivery duties unpaid. This is particularly relevant for merchant fulfilled orders internationally. All shipments should be DDP, delivery duties paid, meaning the customer does not pay additional duties to receive the product when it's getting delivered to them. The customer should only pay what the purchase price is on the Amazon site. So just make sure that you're always shipping orders DDP. Not using Europe or Japan specific product labels. The FN SKUs in the US are different from Amazon Europe and Amazon Japan. So just make sure when you're printing your Amazon labels, you're doing it from that Seller Central marketplace specifically. Make sure you're allowed to ship the products to Europe and Japan. Meaning, is the product compliant to be sold in that specific country? Do you need any special certifications for that product? Do your product labels meet all local requirements? Knowing this upfront can save a massive amount of time and money if you ship products and they are caught in customs because they are not 100% compliant for those countries. Know before you go. Tools that help you manage a global business. So linked accounts and build international listings we have already talked about. Currency Converter allows you to use your US bank account for your international accounts. You'll be listing your products and receiving payments in the local currencies, but Amazon can automatically convert the currency to US dollars and deposit them in your US bank account. So you do not need a local bank account in the EU or Japan markets. Global Sales Summary is a dashboard where you can get a snapshot of your current sales and sales trends across countries from one place to make it easy. Brand registry, it exists both in Europe and Japan. So if you have a local trademark, you can open a brand registry account and submit that local trademark, which will give you access to all of the similar benefits that brand registry has here in the US. You'll get access to the report a violation tool. It'll open up features like brand analytics and A+ detail pages, or EBC, enhanced brand content. Grow your business with sponsored products, deals, enhanced brand content, or A+ listings. There are plenty of additional tools that we haven't covered today. So go on our Amazon Sell Globally site, dig into Seller Central. There's a bunch of different information that explains exactly what these tools are and what their benefits are. So I think you'll be surprised how many different tools are out there and which of them can really help you manage your business internationally. taking your business to the next level. The 2019 holiday season was record-breaking for independent third-party sellers. Mostly small and medium-sized businesses with their worldwide unit sales seeing double-digit year-over-year growth, surpassing 1 billion items sold on Amazon stores. The opportunity selling globally on Amazon is almost endless as we continue rolling out new programs and opening up more and more stores. With the biggest shopping days still ahead of us in 2020, I encourage you to take advantage. Leverage all of the things that you have learned about selling on Amazon here in the US and apply that great experience to our international marketplaces. I think you might be surprised just how successful those ventures can be. I hope you found this session helpful. Here are some links to find out more about global selling with Amazon. Again, my name is Charlie. Thank you very much for attending. We're now going to move to our Q&A.